Howdy ho. So let's jump into today's Bitcoin update, y'all. Alright, so 2048 dominant trend direction. Guys, if you don't know why we do this, it's because you should be doing this, right? What we do here is what we do in the trading realms when we open up positions and capitalize from the markets. Starting from the top, we go down the ranks, and the reason we do so is to ascertain in which direction energy is trying to flow. Correct. So the 2048 is the dominant trend, and here we're trying to ascertain if there is more move to the downside. I'm going to leave the setup as it was yesterday and allow it to play itself out. Alright, so the 512 trend direction still down, scaling is looking pretty decent. Let's go to our resonance rings. Yep, still happy with that. Market spacing, got those two muddled up. 5 moving to 6, I don't think 6 is done. Of course, the kill zone suggesting that the scaling works out quite well. So what I'm trying to ascertain is if we had a turning point. So how I go about doing so is look at the sine wave, look at the time confluence, and look at the price confluence. Now, I don't have a setup over here which supports that all three have given us enough confirmation for this to be a turning point. So from first glance, I'm going to assume that we are still going to move down, as there hasn't been a lot of confluence with the potential turning point could happen. It's also gone slightly prior to the first time component, and the sine wave is also just a little bit further. So not a convincing place for price to anchor into a new direction, and yeah, just got to keep patient until we see what happens there. So price didn't quite make it into the white space over here, but it did get there. So I'll take that. There does seem to be a move in the opposite direction here though, so let's see what's happening. This is the 128 built for the medium term traders. Now if we had a really early 4, that's going to throw things out quite a bit, right? So from the top, trend direction 4 below 2, downtrend, and also highlights it over here on the one side. Turning point spacing, early 4, I'm not happy with that. Scaling, let's have a look. No, I don't think this is a turning point. I don't see enough interaction at the right places. I think it's just a blimp that's happening, so I'm not necessarily going to continue that. Instead, what I'm going to do is bring out my protractor and just see if there's any. There we go. That's it. Struggling to find the right anchoring point for this configuration. That looks pretty good to me. Why does it look good to me? Well, if you go back here, you can see that price is interacting on that line. It goes up, wiggles its way down, gets some energy back up over there, and then builds its way in. Okay, so if you don't see that, I don't know how else to describe it because it's as visual as it can be at this point. So I think that we had some form of overshoot, turn around, and our Bitcoin needs to be corrected and continue back down. So for the time being, just going to move that out the picture and just drop one of our markers right here, and just see what happens in the next 15 hours. What I love about these markers is the countdown that it offers. So whenever I go back to this chart, it'll update and say, right, another 14 hours to go, which is fantastic for me when I want to plan my day. So I've got 14 hours to do things before seeing what's happening over here, and then get back to the charts. It's the kind of time freedom you want from choosing this as your selected career, or what brings in the majority income for your household. Okay, so from 10 to 1, obviously we put that there yesterday. It's no surprise that we got it right. Let's bring back the scaling. Yeah, once again, I'm thinking because we haven't got the oscillator switching and we haven't got signs that 2R2 has formed, I want to suggest that this price is going to continue to go down. And that's it for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in.